In the Sumy region, thanks to the foot crusher ammunition designed for drones, it was possible to eliminate an entire Russian assault group. The 225th Separate Assault Regiment reported that the Black Swan Battalion carried out a successful operation. The entire group was completely destroyed by the crews of bomber drones using the best foot crusher, the unit said. According to War Archive analysts, the enemy was eliminated near the village of Andrivka, which was recently liberated by Ukrainian troops. This is the price of Putin's success in the Sumy region. It is measured in thousands of killed Russians, the Ukrainian military stressed. The foot crusher ammunition is characterized by dense fragmentation and leaves a 6 to 7 centimeter wide groove from 4mm shrapnel. It looks like a small tube, but it contains a large number of fragments that retain energy and impact force even at a distance of 20 meters. The explosion flame was several meters in diameter. This is a development of Kharkiv engineers worthy of respect, the military said. In this sector, the Ukrainian Defense Forces recently liberated Andrivka and managed to stabilize the left flank. After prolonged fighting and clearing the settlement, the 225th Regiment took full control of the village. This helped halt further enemy advances to the important settlements of Khotin and Pisarivka. After the liberation of Andriivka, the Ukrainian Defense Forces launched an offensive towards Yunikivka. Over the course of a week, Ukrainian units advanced 200 to 700 meters, depending on the area, and drove the enemy from their positions. In a significant development on the Eastern Front, Ukrainian forces have reportedly advanced near the border village of Alexeyevka, pushing Russian forces further away from the city of Sumy, the Ukrainian General Staff reported. The Ukrainian command also confirmed the liberation of the village of Andrivka. Ukrainian officials noted that along the entire front line in the Sumy region, from Yunikivka to Yablunivka, Novomykolivka, Oleksivka, and Kondrativka, Russian forces have been stopped, thereby stabilizing the situation. Russia has reportedly deployed elite units to the region, including motorized rifle troops, airborne assault brigades, and Marines. In addition, Russia is trying to push Ukrainian forces back from the Belgorod and Kursk region. The General Staff reported that Ukrainian forces captured 42 Russian soldiers on the Sumy and Kursk fronts this month. However, Pavel Narozhny, founder of the charity Reactive Mail and a military expert, warned that it was too early to declare a complete stabilization of the Sumy front, describing the current situation as relatively calm. Russia has massed more than 50,000 troops towards Sumy. The commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, Oleksandr Syrsky, claims that their advance has been halted and Ukrainian forces are resisting the Russian push. However, media outlets warn that the number of Ukrainian defenders in the region is almost 3 times smaller than the number of Russian troops. The head of the Ukrainian army, General Oleksandr Syrsky, said his forces had halted the Russian advance in the northeastern border region of Sumy. During a visit to the front line on Thursday, Syrsky said the battle lines had been stabilized and that Russia's summer offensive in the area had been stopped. However, Syrsky also added that he had personally inspected fortifications in the area and that more needed to be built urgently. Syrsky's comments about Ukrainian forces' success in Sumy support recent assertions by Ukrainian officials that Russian pressure in the region is easing. In recent months, Moscow has claimed to have captured several villages while pounding the city of Sumy with a massive missile strike, killing dozens of people. One ballistic missile strike on April 13th killed at least 34 people and injured 117. Deep State, a group that covers the latest frontline developments in Ukraine, has cited sources confirming that fighting is ongoing in parts of Sumy that are not fortified. Delays in the construction of much-needed fortifications or the low quality of some shelters can no longer be ignored, deep state analysts said.
Asked about the summer offensive at a forum in St. Petersburg last week, Putin said Russia was not aiming to seize Sumy, but I do not rule out that possibility. He said Russian forces had established a buffer zone 8 to 12 kilometers deep. Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, launched in February 2022, is now in its fourth year. Large-scale Russian drone attacks on Ukrainian cities have continued to escalate. In recent weeks, the capital Kyiv has been the target of a large-scale drone strike that has overwhelmed air defenses and caused deadly explosions. The latest round of talks between Ukraine and Russia has resulted in a major prisoner exchange, but has so far failed to produce any real progress toward a ceasefire.